far-right group stokes violence against Toronto naturists. GTA skinny dippers are drowning beneath a flood of fake news groomer attacks. Special to planetnude. Toronto. International Skinny Dip Day is coming, July 13th, but the members of one bear bathing group in Canada might not be able to catch their breath long enough to go for a swim. That's because they're drowning beneath a flood of attacks. The GTA Skinny Dippers, a naturist recreational group that has been operating in the Greater Toronto Area for over 30 years, was the target of a fake news hit job this week by an outfit calling itself True North. The outlet published an article on July 2nd about public nudity at Pride during the previous weekend and the Toronto Police Service's decision not to arrest naked people. As the police told True North, it wasn't their priority to have officers wading into the crowd to arrest people for public nudity who were not causing offense or behaving in a barrage of attacks. Copying a tactic that's been used by anti-LGBTQ conservative groups over the last few years, the published story mentioned that a number of individuals were nude or nearly nude at Pride, and then deployed the specter of a supposed danger to children. Relying on the language of the groomer panics that have been a favored strategy of the right in its attacks on queer people lately, the article provided the ammunition for its readers and followers to imply GTA Skinny Dippers is a haven for predators with sinister intentions toward children. Nudists had a booth inviting people, including minors, to join a naked swimming club, True North wrote. GTA Skinny Dippers welcomes children to swim naked with them. Immediately, the outrage machine went to work and GTA Skinny Dippers became the target of intense online vitriol. The Extremist Libs of TikTok group blasted out to its 3.1 million followers on X, Twitter. Skinny Dipping Club in Canada hosts nicked events. They provide free memberships for kids under 18. Children between 14 and 18 do not need to be accompanied by an adult. Men are also allowed into women's changing rooms if they're in a couple and can walk around with erections. How is this legal? Libs of TikTok, which despite its name has actually been permanently banned from TikTok, has a long history of stoking anti-LGBTQ hatred, especially toward trans people, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and other forms of prejudice. It has frequently served as a base for people organizing harassment campaigns. Everyone from teachers and librarians to doctors and drag queens have been on the receiving end of their political attacks. According to NBC News, at least 21 bomb threats have been linked to libs of TikTok social media. The account, along with faux news outlets like True North, is part of a network of actors that coordinate to push conservative talking points and manipulate public opinion, using the culture wars as cover. The business of moral panic. True North, for instance, although it presents itself as a news publication, is an arm of the True North Center for Public Policy, a right-wing think tank whose agenda includes cutting taxes, undermining climate change legislation, and whipping up anger over refugees and asylum seekers, among other policy items. Press Progress reports that it was founded by Candice Malcolm, previously a spokesperson for former Alberta Premier and United Conservative Party leader Jason Kenney, and for the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. It has links to the old Manning Centre, which pushed government downsizing, privatization of public resources, and free markets. Fomenting hatred of LGBTQ people is another plank in the platforms of the far-right media ecosystem that True North is a part of. And naturists are increasingly collateral damage in their campaign. GTA Skinny Dippers is certainly taking some damage. In an email to members on July 9th, the group revealed that while participation in Pride was fairly successful, the aftermath has been hell for us. It appears the group has lost its bowling venue due to people calling the alley, leaving hate messages for allowing kids to be involved with adults. Leaders now also expect a difficult time obtaining contracts for our swims this season, as public pools may feel the heat from politicians swayed by the outrage. The group has also had its X account deleted by the platform and has scrubbed its own website of photos and identifying information in an attempt to protect its members. Collateral damage. It's not just the GTA Skinny Dippers who are under fire, though. The online hate mob has also turned its guns, metaphorically and possibly literally, on Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park, a naturist park located just north of Toronto. A barrage of violent threats has led its owner, Stéphane Deschaines, to request police protection for the resort. An X account, responding to the original Libs of TikTok post about GTA skinny dippers, encouraged people to look up Bear Oaks, which has resulted in a barrage of a clickbait social media post has unfortunately gone viral and resulted in people making violent threats online towards members of the naturist community, said Deschaines, who is also president of the International Naturist Federation, INFFNI. Deschaines dismissed the grooming panic. This current fear of predators at family naturist parks is absurd, he said in a statement released to the press. Children in naturism are always with their families. He also slammed accusations that naturists, like those at Bear Oaks or in the GTA skinny dippers, are a threat to the safety of minors. Our whole community is being grossly mischaracterized as dangerous for children, when in fact, the opposite is true. A multitude of scholarly research studies on this topic in psychology and sociology suggest that children reared in an atmosphere containing family social nudity benefit from the practice. In a world where social media perpetuates a climate of sexual exploitation, objectification, and creates unnatural perceptions of beauty, we need the naturist message more than ever. In conclusion, front groups like Libs of TikTok and True North are out to advance the agenda of the far right, and sensationalizing naturists and their lifestyle is just another weapon in their arsenal. Solidarity is key in this moment. Solidarity with GTA skinny dippers and Bear Oaks, as well as solidarity between naturists and the LGBTQ community. Some naturists may be tempted to direct the blame toward pride events or start shying away from identification or affiliation with LGBTQ groups. This would be a mistake. As this episode has shown, division and hatred are precisely the outcomes that the moral panic crowd hopes to achieve. An injury to one is an injury to all.
We hope you're enjoying Planet Nude. If so, please consider a paid subscription. Your membership comes with exclusive content and supports our work. Subscribe at www.planetnude.co. This episode of Planet Nude podcast is sponsored by the Naturist Education Foundation, supporting naturist initiatives and preserving naturist history. Learn more at www.naturisteducation.org.